Yes, sir. We are at the factory. Yeah, Vaibhav is not here. In fact, factory band hai. Right, sir? Okay. Shrikant sir wants us back.
Let's check it out anyway.
Let's go.
Hello, good evening to all. This is Rohit Parmar here, along with Khushbu Sharma, the company secretary.
दिनेश जी ने ज्वाइन किया ठीक है सर आप तो स्टार्ट कर
Hello.
Yeah, hi sir. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, may I know who is there on the line?
Yeah, hi sir. Vikas this side. I have joined through Teams link.
Yes. Okay. Welcome to investors call. Yeah, you can start any of your query you have.
Shouldn't we wait for some other investors if they also want to join?
Yeah, it is a 4 o'clock. People may join because till the time if we wait, then
Anyway, so basically, actually, I can see some of the guys are joining.
yeah, there is another gentleman has joined. Yeah, go on.
तो सर बेसिकली मेरा जो क्वेश्चन था कि अपना जो अभी अपना जो बेसिकली जिस पर्पस के लिए आईपीओ से अपने कैपिटल रेज किया था उसका सारा कैपेक्स अपना कंप्लीट हो गया है आज की डेट में सर
Yes, जे अपडेट इफ यू लुक एट ऑन एनएससी हमने उसका अपडेट भी ऑलरेडी पोस्ट किया है। जो टोटल अपने कैपेक्स जो आईपीओ प्रोसेस से लिया था और जो उसमें एलोकेशन किया था उसमें एक सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड प्लांट है, दूसरा लैप्सा प्लांट है। तो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड प्लांट का कमिश्निंग लास्ट जुलाई में हो गया था, कमर्शियल प्रोडक्शन अगस्त में शुरू हुआ। So this is almost fifth month, August, September, October, November, and this is December is the fifth month of operation for sulfuric acid. And some revenue had already been punched in the first half H1 of this current financial year from the sulfuric acid plant operation. Right now, this is the first update. Lepsa plant, of course, it requires a bit more technicality and लैप्सा प्लांट के लिए भी सल्फ्यूरिक चाहिए, तो दैट इज हाउ वी फर्स्ट कमीशन सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड प्लांट बिकॉज विदाउट सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड वी कैन नॉट रन लैप्सा प्लांट। सो लैप्सा प्लांट पहले कमीशन करने का देयर वाज नो लॉजिक। सो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड प्लांट इज नाउ ऑपरेशनल, क्वालिटी इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड, ऑपरेशन हैज ऑलरेडी बीन नाउ established. Lapsa plant is also just about to get commission, which we will in due course we will update on NSE also. The construction is almost complete and we are taking certain trials and some assessment including the statutory requirements. So shortly that plant will also be commissioned and will be ready for operation, Lapsa plant. So then both plant are integrated. Sulfuric acid goes into production of Lapsa. So both the plant, hopefully we expect maybe the beginning of next quarter, that is the last quarter of 25-26. We hope that Lapsa plant will be operational and the Lapsa plant will also punch the revenue in the current financial year.
Okay, fine, sir. So, and sir, I just wanted to know, in the IPO note, I was reading somewhere about the any plant in Maharashtra. What is the status about that plant? Maybe in Jalgaon, I think, if I am not wrong.
Dhule.
Ah,
So
Dhule, sorry.
I'll give you the update. Actually, this Dhule plant is also we had started construction, but considering these priority of this Tamil Nadu plant, Kadlur plant, where we have in our prospect, we have disclosed that the IPO proceed, part of our IPO proceed will be utilized for this greenfield project. So that was the first priority. So we had put all the resource and focus and our technical resources to the Kadlur plant. So Dhule plant is also on our priority, but then to complete this Kadlur plant, we have utilized all the time, resource, and the manpower resources there. So once this LAPSA plant is also get commissioned and operational, we'll take up Dhule plant for the further construction.
तो सर इज देयर एनी टाइमलाइन इंटरनली मैनेजमेंट ने क्या डिसाइड किया है कि धुले प्लांट भी कब तक कमीशन हो पाएगा या अभी बिल्कुल होल्ड पे कर दिया गया है? व्हाट इज द स्टेटस?
No. So for Dhule plant, as such, there is no timeline we have set, because in between, if you look at Dhule plant, you must know that it is a purely fertilizer plant. It is
Correct.
not this thing. If you look at in our prospectus also, we have mentioned it is the fertilizer mainly. There is some other list of products are also there, but in the first phase, we have in fact, we have received a sanction also for a fertilizer plant. Now, when we took a sanction and we started this project, the government entirely fertilizer in India is governed by the government policy, which includes the subsidy and the MRV. So that in 2024 end, the subsidy become highly unfavorable. Like it was reduced almost to half, and no fertilizer has a like a margin like 50%. So lot of companies have slowed down their whatever future plans in the fertilizer sector. But now the good news is that government has also realized, because of unfavorable economics on account of subsidy, the output of fertilizer has severely affected, and government realized, and again they are on the path to restore the subsidy which was at the normal level. So now that is a good development on the fertilizer for the fertilizers industry, and that is also positive for us for our Dhule plant. So that is how now we will focus once this Kadlur plant is operational. Once it is on auto mode, we'll focus our all resources to the Dhule plant.
Okay, sir. As per understanding, जो अपना लेप्सा वाला part है, first priority of the company is on that plant. So maybe in this current year, all plants will be commissioned. So FY27 will be the first full year of operation for Lepsa plant. Correct, sir?
Correct. Not only LAPSA, sulfuric also. Sulfuric acid basically will be used as a captive in production of LAPSA. So
as a raw material, yeah.
Yes. And
so will it improve our margin?
Definitely yes, because right now in Tamil Nadu, we have mentioned in our prospectus that this plant we are putting up for our principal Unilever, right?
Yes.
So, and then we have also shared the letter of intent in our prospectus.
Correct.
So say they like us, there are other producer of LAPSA is there, but then most of the people are standalone. So they have to say that there are two aspects. One is, of course, they have to buy from outside market from other sulfuric acid producer. So those sulfuric acid producer, depending upon market demand and other factors, they will add their profit margin accordingly. If it is in very short supply, the profit margin will go like other way around. And if it is very competitive, then it will be minimal profit margin. And then plus inward freight, like whichever location you buy, you have to pay inward freight. In my case, I will be buying sulfur. I'll be converting that sulfur to sulfuric acid. So I don't have to, incur freight, outward freight on sulfuric acid. It will be straight away. It will be transferred to our plant from one plant to another plant. So that is one competitive advantage we have. Beside that, whatever say sulfuric acid generates power also. So that will help us, in LAPSA production, we will have a power generated from sulfuric acid plant, which will utilize in LAPSA plant also. So there are a lot of synergies are there, having integrated plant. So definitely definitely it will add not only on top line, but it will add on bottom line also. And as you are aware, we have raised fund through IPO. So I don't have like a liability in terms of paying interest and principal to any banks.
Yeah, yeah. We are utilizing only working capital debt. There is no long-term debt on the books of the accounts that we have checked
Yes.
this. So, sir, as of now, we are selling sulfuric acid to the market because as of now,
Yes.
our Lepsa plant is not commissioned right now. Commence commercial production
Yes. Commercial production we are producing and we are selling to the external customers.
to the market outside. Yeah.
Yes.
So, sir, basically, company related, my question is done. I just wanted to know two things about the company. One is our external rating is expired in the September 24. So, what is the status of the same, sir?
It is under renewal, but it is going to be a positive only. If I'm not wrong, it is going to be we had when we went for the IPO, it was a triple B minus. It is going to
Triple B
be
plus. It was triple B plus stable outlook.
yes. So I think the rating will be improved further.
Okay. And just because in the I have checked with the related party transactions, we have given a corporate guarantee to the one of the related party of the promoter for 105 crore. So any ideas are when this when जो कॉर्पोरेट गारंटी है ये आपके पास से वहां से रिमूव हो जाएगी फॉलो अप कंडीशन इज देयर एनी टाइमलाइन मैनेजमेंट क्या देख रहा है ये जो सीजी हमने इशू किया हुआ है
यस,
105
होपफुली
करोड़
जो प्रोजेक्ट के लिए एक्सटेंड किया है गारंटी, that project is expected to be completed in next financial year. So we hope that once that project is operational, this bank guarantee will automatically released.
सो एज ऑफ नाउ दैट प्रॉपर्टीज अंडर अंडर अभी इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन स्टार्ट है लाइक कभी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है
Construction is almost you can say I can't give the exact number, but you can say it is more than 50% it is completed, or maybe you can take 60-65% completed. So we are expecting that next financial year, next towards next say like uh, third quarter or fourth quarter, it will be completed, commissioned rather. And maybe towards the last quarter of next financial year, we hope, because like in project
yeah
there are a
it
lot of
depends
delay happens. In my case, our case also, our sulfuric acid plant was to get commission in say like third quarter of last financial year, that is 24-25. But like the statutory permission, they took almost 5 months, the local state government. Then there are certain other delays are there. So that is how our project got delayed around 5-6 month time. So that is like some unforeseen event which may like extend your project timeline. But we hope that towards next financial year end, this project will also get commissioned and will be operational.
okay sir perfect because this is a very significant amount compared to the net worth of the company like we have given a CG of 105 crore only
Right.
that might be the reason because our stock is underperforming might be on account of this reason only I think so because fundamentally I don't find any challenge in terms of revenue EBITDA it in line with the industry but this might be
Yes.
the reason that's why our stock is not performing well up to the market because rest of the fertilizer stocks and chemical stocks have gone up sharply.
Yes, that is true. But and at the same time, you look at the most of the fertilizer companies. You look at their if you are doing benchmarking comparatives, I would refrain from naming any of the company. But in our similar space, fertilizer companies, we have a fertilizer component comparatively smaller exposure. If you ask
Yeah,
me, typically last year, my fertilizer exposure from total revenue was less than 10%, while
yes.
90% revenue was chemical, while other fertilizer company, they have almost say more than 70-75% exposure into fertilizer. So when the subsidy went extremely unfavorable from say like positive PAT, most of the fertilizer company having more fertilizer revenue as a exposure, they went negative also, but we did not went negative. We got impacted, but not to that extent because our exposure was only say like 10% of so our total revenue from the fertilizer segment. So in terms of like any external this kind of volatility, we are safeguarded because we have diversified our portfolio accordingly. And in chemical also going forward, the management thinks that we have to like work on the more and more diversification in terms of products and the end use segment.
Okay, sir. All the best for this, sir, and we hope strong year next year. All the
Yes.
best, sir.
And just for your knowledge, I think in one of the communication, I do not recall the name, but there was certain, like information or wanted to know what kind of future outlook is going to be there. So I just want to share some of, like highlight. If you look at last financial year, 24-25, first half, that is the H1 of 24-25, our total revenue from operation was around 385 crores. For the same period, for the current financial year, that is 25-26, it stood 451 crores. So, which is almost an increase of around 15% in revenue compared to last financial year H1. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That
Yeah.
number is out, sir. We have seen it in the H1.
And in terms of EBITDA also, EBITDA is also jumped by 40% because there is a lot of improvement in subsidy and in both the subsidy also become now favorable. Favorable, I mean to say, which went unfavorable, which is on restoration path. So that is also contributed for the fertilizer. And if you ask me the PET, then there is in PET also. If you look at for the same period last financial year, there is almost 50% jump in the current financial year H1. And in terms of margin also improved compared to last financial year H1 also, and for the whole year also.
Yes,
And
sir.
we hope that the current trend continues. And we will be able to complete this financial year on the better note compared to last financial year as a whole for both the fertilizer segment and the chemical segment.
And sir, अभी as of now हमारा सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड का इसका प्लांट का कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन क्या परसेंटेज पे चल रहा है सर?
We
जो
are
नया
running
प्लांट हमने कमीशन
around as on today, if you ask me, it is around it is somewhere around 75%.
Wow, great. Within 3 months, you have ramped up the capacity, sir.
Yes. Sulfuric acid, because like you have to run at a certain capacity, plus it generates power. So like for power generation, which supports your entire plant site, which includes your admin, your other plant. So for generation of power also, you have to run at that capacity.
Okay.
Because turbine doesn't run at a lower capacity. So we are actually aggressively selling this product also. We are generating power also and using for the captive purpose.
Fine, sir. मेरे side से कोई question नहीं, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just couple of questions, sir. You said that LAPSA plant will start sometime, maybe let's say January or February. So within this financial year, like how much extra turnover we are expecting?
Yes. I would have loved to give you the exact number, but the raw material for LAPSA is originating from the refinery. Like LAB is the raw material which is supplied by refinery, and it is refinery also produced during the refining of crude oil. Now crude oil price are so volatile, and globally also LAB are into short supply. So if you ask me the price, I can give you the past trend. The LAB, if you ask me, when we initiated our IPO, it was hovering somewhere around say 80,000 rupees a ton, 80,000, and it shot up as high as 185,000 rupees per ton. So which is almost more than 100% jump, right? So this is a number one. Number two means my top line revenue comes from the raw material cost. Like suppose if I'm buying, I'm just giving example. suppose I'm buying raw material for 100 rupees, then my sales price, for example, comes 120 rupees, for example. This is just example. And
Yeah.
suppose raw material becomes at 200 rupees, then my selling price becomes 220. If it becomes 300, it is a 320, right? So basically the cost is passed on to the buyers. But now suppose that price becomes 50 rupees, then my billing price will be 50 plus 20, 70. This is just example. Exact numbers are different. So that is how the top line, the sales revenue are unpredictable because the crude oil price are unpredictable and the price of LED is also unpredictable because there are so many things are happening. Like recent developments, the USA has put a sanction on Russian crude, and India happens to import lot of crudes from Russia. I think 70-80% requirement was met through Russia. Now, since we have this tariff on Indian list of products, and we are also cautious to like cut down the Russian. Of course, it is not announced that the Russian crude oil import has reduced, but you can see from the refineries output. For LAPSA, we are buying LAB, which is a crude oil refining generation. At the same time, the sulfur what we buy, it is also generated and sold by the refineries because the crude oil has a sulfur inbuilt, and nowadays you have all Euro 6 and Euro. And someone is staying in Delhi, then they must be knowing that Euro 3, Euro 4, Euro 5 vehicles are not allowed because it is a polluting. Typically during November, December season, when there is a lot of environment related concerns are there. So sulfur which was generating from crude oil, since Russian crude oil has more sulfur content in it, and India used to generate a lot of sulfur during refining process, and sulfur was readily available and at a reasonable price. During last 3 months, if you ask me, I'll just give you the absolute number. What has happened in last 3 months history? Sulfur was available at 24,500 rupees ex refinery in the southern region, which is Bharat Petroleum, Mangalore Refinery, and Chennai Petroleum. That 24,000 rupees sulfur, which was I think somewhere around July or August. Today, 1st December, the Mangalore Refinery has announced 48,000 rupees sulfur ex factory, ex refinery. So there is a jump of almost 100% in sulfur price. So of course, it is benefited to me in terms of my total revenue. Like suppose I was generating sulfuric acid by buying sulfur at 24,000 rupees, and now I'm buying sulfur at 48,000 rupees. So my top revenue is has gone up significantly. But of course, that is how this example I was trying to share with you, that the exact number is unpredictable because there are so many dynamics are involved. And as a country, we are not isolated from any global developments which are happening, like Russian crude ban, which has shot up sulfur price in India. Any adverse factor which is announcing on refining or LAB, which may affect their prices. So exact number I won't be able to give you right now, but it will add significantly. If you look at my current operation from Udaipur, where we have two business, one LAPSA and one sulfuric acid fertilizer. So you can see my 90% revenue is coming from the chemical business, that is LAPSA business. So here in Tamil Nadu also, my major revenue will come from the LAPSA business. Sulfuric acid, of course, I will have a transfer cost, but sulfur price has gone up, means my LAPSA cost will also go up, my selling price will also go up. So we are expecting a significant revenue from Tamil Nadu operation, but absolute number, it is very difficult because month on month changing, and sulfur prices nowadays, refinery are also become very dynamic. They are changing sulfur price every 15 days now, which they happens to change every month.
Okay, got it. But do we expect EBITDA percentage remain like? I noticed that it was 2%, then it improved to 3%, and in this H1 it is coming at 4%. So do we know, like say for next year, maybe let's leave this H2 because LAPSA plant will be operational in Jan-Feb. So if we look at FY27 full year, when sulfuric acid plant is fully operational, LAPSA is fully operational, what kind of EBITDA percentage we expect? Not the absolute figures, just the percentage.
Yeah, again, it's very difficult to give you the absolute number, but definitely I can give you certain inputs which will give you some, like insight. Uh, in case of Tamil Nadu operation, I have my own sulfuric acid plant. So as I have shared that I don't have to incur the freight on inward sulfuric acid. So that I would be saving that compared to other people, number one. Number two, since I have an integrated plant and I am generating electricity also, which I will utilize in a LAPSA plant. So that is another positive for our integrated operation. And of course, we have, almost more than 20 years of operation, handling sulfuric acid, selling, and also for LAPSA, more than 17 years of experience. So we would be, producing efficiently plus cost efficiently, so that would also add to our bottom line. And of course, I don't have any interest to pay on my term loans. I have zero term loan for my Tamil Nadu plant. So whatever say like other people might be like paying some cost on their plant and machinery, I don't have to pay because my investor has supported me for setting up this plant. Beside, we are utilizing only working capital, and part of my working capital in Udaipur operation we have utilized from IPO process. So all put together, they are going to say help us in top line also and bottom line also. So definitely we are looking at improvement in EBITDA. And of course, the government policy is also favorable now. The subsidy has also slowly on the restoration path. So we hope that fertilizer business will also do, and chemical, of course, it is a say my model is say whatever is a cost plus. So the cost is passed on to the customer, or whatever could be the raw material.
Okay, got it. And last question, sir, from my side, that
Yes.
corporate guarantee which is given, do we expect like approximately by when it will be released?
Towards next financial year, you can say safely say this project is expected towards next financial year. You can say last quarter. So 26-27 last quarter, this project is expected to be operational. So if everything goes in line, then once this project is over, then that guarantee also should take care accordingly.
So maybe in another 1 to 1.5 year, basically.
Yes, we hope that like it goes as per the schedule, because like project normally because of certain factors are there which are not in your control. Like for example, my Tamil Nadu operation, I could start my plant only in July just because my consent to operate is delayed from the state government. So typically, like when once you apply, you expect say like as per the guideline, even center's guideline, they says the consent to operate is to be given by state pollution control board within 90 days, 3 months. But in our case, it is delayed more than 90 days. And without like consent to operate, you can't run your operation, even if your plant is ready. So this kind of like unforeseen delay, which may take a little longer for the project start. So we
Got it.
hope that like everything goes as per schedule, and we will be able to commission that project towards the next last financial year, last quarter of the next financial year.
And that project for which this CG is given, in which industry that project is? Is it that also in chemical industry? Maybe some other
No.
concern of the promoters?
It is a hospitality.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's all from my side. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Any other question or any information which you would like to ask us? Because I sincerely apologize, because this Tamil Nadu project was on our top priority, and in fact, I was driving that entire project, not only IPO, but whatever IPO proceeds which we have received from the investor, which we had to utilize efficiently as well as complete the project timeline in the timeline. So I was mostly occupied for that entire Cuddalore project, and in between we couldn't keep the investor call. So, but then this time we have kept. So whatever additional information about this project or any other query, we would be glad to address.
Okay, thanks, sir. Yeah, no, that's all from my side. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll drop. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay सर, मेरे साइड से भी कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है सर, आई एम आल्सो डन.
Okay,
Thanks a
thank you
lot.
so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Okay, then I think we are calling off this investor call if any questions is not there. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir.